Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia here with my regular weekly Facebook Live and YouTube. So every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I go live with either a card class to go or just some great inspiration for you. This week is super exciting. Starting today at Stampin' Up, we have a seasonal sale going on, and it just happens to include the DSP that I am using for today's video. So that is super exciting for me. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a very quick and simple gift card holder. So what I love about this one is that you can make 3 at a time, and it's beautiful, it's simple, and it's so handy in this day and age with all the gift cards and stuff that I find I'm giving out with teens in my life and people who I just want to give extra special thanks to. Oh, good morning, Gail. Thanks so much for joining. So I should grab the DSP to show you. I am going to be using the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. This is actually from our annual catalog. It was a carryover from last year's mini catalog. And it is just these beautiful wintry patterns. And I'm specifically going to be using this gorgeous blueberry bushel paper. But so we've got some full sheet ones with deer, we've got trees, lots of watercolor beauty in here. So it's a fantastic designer series paper. I should actually probably switch over to my desktop so you guys can have a better view of what I am doing. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you this specific piece of DSP that I'm going to be using today. So I've got this piece here of DSP. It's got the beautiful blue berries on one side, and then the inside is just a gorgeous blueberry bushel watercolor. So I am using my full 12 by 12 sheet. This is going to get me 3 gift cards. And the first thing I'm going to do is grab my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim this down to just 11 inches. So in fact, what I'm actually going to do is use my trimmer here to just take 1 inch off, because of course this is 12 by 12. So I'm just going to trim it down to 12 by 11. And I definitely want to hold on to this strip of paper that I just cut off, that we're going to be using that on our gift card holders. So now you could do the rest of what I'm going to do with your paper trimmer. I prefer to use my Simply Scored board. So that is what I am going to bring in. And we're going to score our paper now. So we're still keeping it in that direction where, oh, the light is shining there. Sorry, guys. We're only going up to 11 inches here. So it's 12 in height and only 11 in width here. And I'm going to score my paper at 2 inches, 5 inches, and 8 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I've got that scored now. Oh, hi, Annette. I know, I love this designer paper too. I was so happy when I saw it carry over from last year's mini into our annual catalog. So exciting. All right, so I've just scored that piece of designer series paper, and now I'm going to get my paper trimmer out again. And I'm going to turn my paper so that as I cut, it's hard for you guys to see, but my score lines run horizontal now. So as I cut, I'm going to be cutting across all those score lines. And I'm cutting at 4 inches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Just double check. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now I have 3 bases basically for my gift card holders. I'm just going to work with one of them. You guys will get the idea, and then can know that I'm doing the same thing again and again with all the different layers that I've got. So The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my 1 3/4 inch punch. I'm going to find, you'll see that the spaces I have on here are not all equal spaces. So I'm going to find that small 2-inch piece, and I'm going to put my circle punch in. I'm going to look to the sides of my punch to make sure they look equal to me. And I'm putting this in not quite halfway and punching out that circle. Okay, so that is my first step. Now I am going to come in and glue this shut. So I've created a little pocket here. I cut mine at 4 inches wide to save paper. It allowed me to get 3 out of 1 piece of Designer Series paper. But it also means that when you go to put a gift card in here, you have very little space on either side to put your adhesive. So if you're less concerned about saving paper, you might want to actually make this 4 1/4 inches wide. Then you don't have to cut your tear and tape like I'm going to. But for me, it was more important that I got more gift card holders out of the DSP. So I'm going to do the extra little step of having to cut my tear and tape. So I am going to get a piece of tear and tape, and I love it because it's literally that. You just tear it and tape it. So I've just measured out so I can see the distance there, that 2-inch distance. And now I'm going to hold it on its side, just like this, and grab my snips, and I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise. Oh, come on. There we go. So it's a bit of a sticky business doing this. But there we go. We now have some extremely thin tear and tape to use. And we're going to apply that right to the very, very edges of our gift card holder. Okay. Just like that. Now you can double check that that's going to work by putting your gift card there. And now you can see I don't have my gift card sticking in any of the adhesive. So that's going to be perfect. So next thing to do is to tear those edges off and to close up our gift card. So when you do this, just make sure that your fold was true and you're actually lining it up against the edges. There we go. If for some reason when you fold it, you can see blue peeking through and it wasn't a perfect, oh, remove my banner. Yeah, you betcha. Hide. There we go. All right. Oh, and apparently I still get a little banner up. So down here, if you notice that you've got blue showing through, we can just go back to our paper trimmer and trim off the extra edge. So it's not going to be a big deal if it's not exactly perfect. All right, now the next thing that we have to do to create our gift card holder is get our cutting machine, and you can really use any dies you want to do this. If you've got border dies, that works. Circle dies would even work, but we want to give our other end just something a little bit fancy. So I've grabbed my Nested Essentials dies, and I am taking the largest hexagon from my Nested Essentials dies, and we're going to use it to trim up that end. So I'm going to show you a fun way to use your dies. So I bring in my big machine. Oh, sorry guys, I got the big glare there in the corner. I am going to flip it over so I can see the outside, and I'm going to, so the pocket's over on this end. I'm going to tuck this one end into my die, but you'll notice it's under my die on this side and it's over my die on this side. Okay, so I'm going to line it up on my plate. I am going to then look to make sure that these spaces on the two edges are equal and straight. And then I'm going to put my plate on top, and I'm not going to roll this all the way through. I'm going to roll it until it's made that cut, and then I'm going to roll it back out again. So you can see there, it cut just that one edge. It didn't leave any other lines anywhere. So you can do that with these nested essentials. But like I said, if you've got like the big deckled circles, or if you've got the border dies, or really like there are so many different dies that we can use. You can use any of them to tuck your DSP in and just trim up that end. Now, if you truly have, maybe you don't even have a die cutting machine, you can still do this. All you're going to do, let me grab that scrap back again. All you're going to do is find your center and put a little pencil dot there, and then measure down, what was that, maybe ½ an inch. Measure down ½ an inch on each side and put a little mark, and then trim from your little mark to your center point and from your mark to your center point to create that point. You just won't have, like I've got some nice stitching on there. You just won't have the nice stitching, but you'll still have the nice banner point. So lots of ways that we can create that effect. Now we've got to fold this up. So again, being careful that your folds are straight so you're not having big bits of glue showing through. There we go. So we've folded it all up, and that's our little gift card holder. Now we need to put a spot to do some writing. We need to decorate the front and get all of that. But this is kind of your basic, and you can pop your gift card in there. Oh, come on. So you can pop your gift card in there, and you've got lots of space for that. So that's your basic form. Now you get to get creative and have some fun. So again, I have used the Nested Essentials dies to cut out a rounded rectangle. This is the largest rounded rectangle in our Nested Essentials dies. And I'm going to glue that right in here. So I like to use liquid glue. You could use whatever adhesive you want. And we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to glue that one down to decorate the inside. You could stamp something on here as well, put a sentiment if you wanted, but I thought this is a nice spot for somebody to put their own little message. If you wanted a place to even put a to and from on the outside of the envelope holder, you could glue another one of these on the back and stamp a little to and from on them. I like to keep them kind of simple and clean, so that info is going to go inside. I figure you know who you're giving your gift cards to. You don't need to label them on the outside. Okay, so now that we've got that in there, we're going to fold this up. And you remember at the beginning, I cut off an extra inch from our paper because we didn't need all that length to do our fold. I'm now going to take this piece and I'm actually going to trim it down to just 7 inches. I don't need the whole thing. I actually wonder, could I get away with 6? You know what? I have a spare just in case I can't get away with 6. I'm going to see if we can do 6 inches. It might be enough. Then again, it might not be. We'll see. All right, let's try 6 inches. I've got 7 if I need it. So what we're going to do is take that strip of DSP. You could do this with cardstock as well. And I'm just going to hold it in place and fold it over. And then fold. Oh, okay, so no, you do need the 7 inches. I was right. All right, well, good thing I have a 7-inch piece here. So you're going to take that 7-inch piece, and it must be 7, we've just learned. You're going to fold it over. And then you're going to fold it over again. So we're just literally wrapping this around our gift card holder. Now, the reason I don't measure and score is because every gift card holder is going to have slight variations depending on how you scored it, how you folded it, that kind of thing. And so I didn't want to be like having specific measurements and then finding out that it was a little loose or a little too tight. So if you literally wrap it around your own creation, it's going to be perfect every time. Now I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape here on the front flap, and then I'm going to come down here and put another piece of tear and tape on the end that I'm going to fold up. So I've got 2 pieces of tear and tape here. This is going to make sure that this seals and doesn't wiggle on us. So this means when we do our next fold as well, though, we have to be very careful because this is going to be a done deal. Because we're going to have 2 pieces of tear and tape holding this together. So I did like a practice fold just to get it kind of how I wanted it. Now I've put my adhesive on and I'm going to do the real fold. Now when I do this, I am trying to make sure that those edges line up nicely on the sides. It's going to get covered up anyways, but I like to know that it was, relatively straight to start with. All right, so now we've got our belly band on here that's going to help us just keep our gift card holder closed. All right, and there we go. So we're going to put that on. And now we get to decorate a label for the front of this so that it's got something kind of interesting when we give it away. So what I have done is I have pre-cut a Christmas labels die. So I'm going to show you the Christmas labels. They are absolutely currently my favorite dies. So you get 4 different designs and they all have this fancy cutting in them. Oh, good morning, Anne. So they all have these extra fancy little bits to them. Oh my goodness, come on out. Don't hide. So there's that one and then that one. So they're just gorgeous. So these are the Christmas labels. And then there is a whole stamp set that coordinates with these. So the sentiments, like for this one, are actually kind of on an angle. They're all properly sized. You get 3 sentiments for each of these die shapes. This is the one I wanted to show you though, because it's kind of the most unique sentiment in that it is designed to fit into the 3 little spaces. So you've got small words, the big one, and then small words. So we've got celebrate the holidays in all the ways, Merry Christmas to you, and it's a hot cocoa day, that all fit into this very specific pattern. So I thought it was so cool. Now I have chosen the celebrate the holidays in all the ways. I do love the Merry Christmas, and I've done a lot of gift card holders with the Merry Christmas, but because this one had so many blues and stuff in it, I thought if I just did the holidays, then somebody could grab this one and use it as a Hanukkah gift card as well, and it wouldn't be strictly Christmas. So I am going to ink up my sentiment in Blueberry Bushel, and then I love the stamps are clear, so you can easily see that you've got them all in the right spaces. And then we just one motion stamp and voila, our whole label is done. Oh, hello, Evelyn. Thanks for joining from Germany. So that is our sentiment stamped on this super cool die. And then we're just going to attach it to the front of our belly band, covering up where we actually folded that and sealed it. Now, I'm actually just using a single dimensional on here. So I'm popping that down right where I want it in the middle. And then I am lining this up. And this one's kind of cool too, because it's got the little arrows top and bottom. So I'm lining that up, and that little dimensional just ends up right on this big banner behind, and we are done. So sometimes I feel the need when I'm decorating these to add like some extra stuff, maybe some bling or like a little holly bow or something like that. This one, because the paper's busy, the label is gorgeous and so detailed. It's done. I don't need to do anything else to this one. Oh, I'm so glad too, Evelyn. If you're ever wanting to purposefully find me, I'm always live at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays. So, whatever time it is right now where you are, I went live about 20 minutes ago, and I am here every single week at that time. So, it would be great to see you join us every week. Oh, thanks so much, Darlene. Yeah, so it is a super simple project. I now have my paper ready to go to make 2 more of them. And they're quick and easy, so I'm going to be able to just get these done so quickly. Now, I wanted to show you some other ones, though, because, well, I went and ruined my other paper, so I don't have another belly band that's the right size. I will do some workaround to make it work, but this is super quick and simple. I could have grabbed a piece of cardstock, some blueberry bushel cardstock, and done this, or even some basic white and put some, done some blending to get the nice texture that it's got. But I wanted to show you some of the other things we can do. So this is exactly the same fold and everything, all the same cuts, but I've just used a different paper and different color. So for this one, for the belly band, I actually used cardstock and I stamped color on color some snowflakes onto my belly band. Oh, right, your tutoring lessons. Oh, the JOB gets in the way. All right, so that is just cardstock on a belly band. And this one, I actually used paper that had a directionality to it. I try not to because then you don't have to think too hard about where you're putting your score lines. But this one did. And so I just made sure my inside is nice, beautiful stripes. I wanted to make sure that those stripes went horizontally, not vertically. That would make it look a little weird and stretchy. And then I wanted to make sure that my birds would be facing upright. So as I flip it over, my birds are always upright on the front side. Now on the back side, they're upside down. But, you know, who's looking at the back of our creation? On the front, we've got them going the right way. Inside, we've got them going the right way. And when I flip it back around again, I've got them going the right way. So that is just one of the options that we've got there for something else, just a little bit different. Here I use that same bird paper, but I put the stripes on the outside, and I used the heartfelt hexagon with some of our glitter paper to do this label, and the naughty and nice circle with the From St. Nick to do this. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, definitely do the project afterwards. If you guys have creations and want to share them with me as well, I'd love to see what you've done. For this one, I used another paper with directionality. On the belly band, though, I used my absolute favorite die, which is that Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. Sorry, not a die, embossing folder. And so I just embossed a piece of real red cardstock to create the banner on that one. And then when we open it up, we have all the beautiful holly and our cute little reindeer staring at us. So when you use a paper that has a directionality to it, you just have to be a little more careful about which way you score it, which end you're cutting when you're doing the nested dies to get the V point on your paper. So it's just a little bit more thinking. Here I used Believe. This is one of the other sentiments from the Christmas labels. And then in the background, I used one of the Christmas labels, but again, with some of our glitter paper, shimmer paper. And then here our reindeers are inside. So just super cute. And then finally, I used, I think, my favorite Christmas paper this year. Well, I don't know. They're all my favorite. All right, let's see. Get that one back together before I move on. Or maybe not. I'll put that one back together after. This one is, I always forget the name of it, but it's such a good one. This is all the vintage paper. This is Sentimental Christmas. And let's see, I think I have an actual picture here to show you. Maybe I don't. Where'd all my stuff go? My craft room's in a bit of a disaster right now. Oh, there it is. So I have the Sentimental Christmas is what I use. So it's all the vintage ones. Oh, Evelyn, I sell them. I'm getting ready for another craft fair. I actually sold out of my gift cards at my first craft fair this year, so I had to make a whole bunch more. Luckily, they're so fast and easy to make. So this is the Sentimental Christmas. This paper is, well, beautiful, but it's also extra special because this is our give back paper. When you buy this paper, Stampin' Up! Actually makes a donation to, oh, darn it, I always forget. I can't remember what they're doing the give back to this year. Sorry, you guys. It's usually like a food bank or a women's shelter, that kind of thing. So I love it. And so I use this one. I paired up this brown and white snowflake paper with the pretty peacock. And where do you find those sheets that have all the designs on it? I'm not sure what you mean by sheets with designs on it. And so this one has the adorable deer inside as well. I absolutely love this. So that, and then this one is the reverse. And this one, this is what I was talking about when I said sometimes I'll put like a little something extra on it. I had a pair of skates from my sophisticated sled, so I just threw those on there on the side for a little bit. Oh, I just showed it. Okay, yeah. So these patterned papers are from the Sentimental Christmas DSP. And again, I just stamped snowflakes on the belly band. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, it was a really nice fair. It's at my son's high school is where that first one was, but I have another one coming up at our local church. And so I needed to do some prep. So I figured, well, as long as I'm prepping a whole bunch of these, I might as well show you guys how I do it. Because it's fast, it's easy. You do get to be a little bit creative with your labels if you want it to be. And yeah, it's so such a nice way to give a gift card. So yeah, thank you very, very much for joining me today with this. I did want to just remind everybody that we have our seasonal sale going on. So that's today, tomorrow, and Friday. So November 13th to 15th, we have our seasonal sale. So it's annual catalog stuff. So that includes this DSP, the Winter Meadow. And so it's DSP, cardstock, inks, and bundles. So not individual stamp sets, but bundles. So if you've seen my advertisement for my upcoming bingo, the bundle that I'm using for that, the Charming Pond, is actually part of our sale. So if you were thinking of joining me for the bingo and wanted to do the add-on bundle, today, tomorrow, or Friday are the days to sign up for that and add in that extra bundle because it's actually at a lower price right now. So that's really awesome. And so, yeah, we've got that big sale going on. You want to check it out. When you go to the website, to Stampin' Up's website, they actually have like a special section, and you'll see that they have seasonal sale as one of the sections. And then you can scroll through all the items that are there. But do know that it's the cardstock from the annual catalog. Well, obviously, that's where we keep our cardstock, and the inks. As well as refills and everything, just not on our Memento or StazOn, just on the Stampin' Up! Colors. Cardstock, inks, designer series paper, and bundles from the annual catalog. So many good things. If you are local to me and don't want to place a giant order, you can send me your order, and I will be putting one in, well, probably one every day of the sale. And so we could do that, and then you could do pickup from me to save on the shipping. Because yeah, if all you want is a couple packs of cardstock, to pay $10.95 shipping is a bit much. Yeah, so that is what's going on. I do have another craft fair. If you're local to me, I'll be at the Riverside Church, not the school, at the church this coming Saturday. I have some in-person classes coming up, although space is limited. I think I only have one space left in my December class and 2 spaces left on my November 23rd class. So things are flying. And then I have my online bingo happening on December 30th. I am super excited to stamp with you. I am going to be offering a lot more in-person classes this coming year. So hopefully if you are in the Lower Mainland, you'll be able to join me for those. And then I'll of course be offering my weekly Wednesday morning Facebook Live. Sometimes it's a card class to go. Sometimes it's just going to be a quick project like today. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for joining. And make sure to join my newsletter. I do send out printed instructions for my Wednesday videos like this one. So I will be emailing out this afternoon a full printable set of instructions for how to make these. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.